Hey guys, Travis here again with Lucky Tackle Box. When I'm picking apart some water, I like to divide the water column into 3 different depths: the top, mid, and bottom. What this does is consciously make me pick lures that are gonna fish these separate areas until I figure out where these fish are gonna be most active in. So today we're gonna be talking about the top and mid with 2 different Gary Yamamoto products. First, we're gonna use the Shibuki popper to fish that top column. Then we're gonna use the Midasu Lipless crankbait to fish that mid level. And then at the end of this video, I'll put up a link to show how to use the cut tail to fish that bottom level. So let's break down this technique, starting with rigging. All right, first for the popper. I like a shorter rod with a lot of action. I'm using Castaway's Skeleton Series 6.5 medium action rod. And then I'm spooling up with either 10 to 15 pound mono or 20 to 30 pound braid. The reason it's either mono or braid is because both lines float, so I'm gonna be keeping that bait on top of the water. Now I'm gonna switch over to that braided line when I'm fishing stained water or there's a lot of cover around. Next is the lipless crankbait. And because I'm using the smaller 1/4 ounce version, I'm gonna use a spinning rod setup for this. So I'm using Castaway's 7-foot light action spinning rod. I love this soft tip so I can feel that bait vibrating through the water column, but more importantly, I can feel every time that bait ticks the grass, which is the key to trying to get a lot of strikes. Then I spool up with 8 to 12 pound mono or fluorocarbon or 20 to 30 pound braid. I really like braid around grass because of how well the braid slides through the grass, but also whenever I catch up on a little grass clump or something, I can pop that free because there's no stretch in the line, and that can be huge at triggering strikes. With retrieval on this lipless crankbait, we gotta remember we're trying to fish the middle water column. So, and in today's case, just above the grass. So I wanna reel this bait just fast enough that I'm feeling that bait tick along those weeds every once in a while, because what that's going to do is it's going to mimic a little bait fish scurrying around along the grass lines. Now every once in a while when I get caught up in that grass, what I'm going to do is give a little twitch of that rod tip, and that's going to pop that bait free and hang on, because a lot of times that's where your bite's going to come. Now with the popper, I aim the rod down and I make twitches with that rod tip. Now what this is going to do is it's going to make that popper spit water. Now depending on how quickly I make those twitches, if I do them a little slower and put a little pause in between, it's gonna make that bait actually walk side to side as well. Now the key to this bait, if you're working that bait along, every once in a while, give it a little pause for 1-2 seconds. That's when most of your bites are gonna come. Lastly is location. Starting with the popper, I like to use this anywhere I'm trying to pull fish out of cover. So weed lines, docks, and anywhere else that I want to work this bait real slowly, keep it in the strike zone, and also make nice little noise. That splashing noise will get these fish to react and come blasting out of their hiding spots. Now when it comes to lipless crankbaits, in past videos I've talked about all kinds of different retrieves and all kinds of different locations to throw this in. But when it comes to late spring, early summer, I'm really looking for that young, fresh, clean grass. And I really like to target the grass lines and then any subtle differences or breaks in those grass lines. Bass fishing is a constant mental analysis of the conditions you're fishing. Now by breaking down the water column into those 3 different depths, it really forces you to fine-tune where these fish are most active. And by using the right baits like Gary Yamamoto's Midasu Lipless crankbait and the Shibuki popper, you can fish these target depths efficiently. Once again guys, I'm Travis with Lucky Tackle Box. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel.